Now John Avalos is here. We'd like to introduce the supervisors who are sponsoring this measure. Would you like to speak, Mr. Avalos?
Thank you all for being here today. I am very proud to stand with folks in San Francisco, struggling homeowners, community residents who are fighting against the predatory practices that have led to many defaults and foreclosures in San Francisco. I'm especially proud to stand behind many of the people who are fighting to protect their very homes and households against foreclosures. Monica Kenny, an Excelsior District resident. Monica, who was just able to at least postpone, hopefully prevent entirely her eviction from her own house.
That's right. All right.
Archbishop Kim, Alberto Del Rio, Maria Villarreal,
Yes.
Kathy Galvez, and Thomas Herman. Thank you for your courageous effort. It is folks like you who step forward, who make a great example to others about how we can fight against the banks who are not helping us to maintain our property. Our property is our wealth. For working people to own a home, even if you partially own that home, that is where we have our wealth. That is where we're able to help fund our way of life, to have pay for our kids' education, to send our children to college, to help pay for our medical needs. We often have to resort to looking at our homes to be able to cover those costs. And we need to make sure we have to maintain that wealth so we can actually pass it on to future generations.
That's right.
But we have seen a whole generation of homeowners in this country and in California and in San Francisco who have lost this wealth, who have lost the ability to look out for their future generations, and we need to fight back. Your effort today is fighting back to make sure that we can have a future for our children and their children as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Make it plain, John. Make it plain.
Today we have, we're introducing, my office is introducing a resolution. I'm proud to have the co-sponsorship from many of my colleagues, Supervisor Campos, Supervisor Eric Marr, Supervisor Olague, Supervisor David Chiu, I believe Supervisor Kim as well are helping out with this co-sponsorship as well, this resolution. It's very simple what this resolution does. It calls upon the mayor urges the mayor to direct our city lobbyists to support California Homeowners Bill of Rights, to make sure that we are actually getting passage of several bills in the state of California that will ensure that are sponsored by Attorney General Kamala Harris and legislators working with her that will protect Californians against predatory lending practices, against robo-signing of banks, against predatory lending, against other factors that work against homeowners.
Tell the whole story, John.
Also supporting Attorney General Kamala Harris's call for suspension of foreclosures of loans controlled by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and to provide principal reductions to keep families in their homes. There are many families in San Francisco who are underwater with their mortgages. I am one in particular. I believe I'm underwater about $100,000. I'll have to check that. That's what it was last year, even more than that. There are many households, different economic strata, who are actually facing underwater. We are drowning in our mortgages, and we have to find relief. So I'm glad to have Kamala Harris, who is making this effort, this stand that we do principal reduction here in California. The resolution also urges all city and county officials and departments to work proactively to ensure that San Francisco residents do not fall victim to unlawful foreclosure practices. And most importantly, we are calling on the banks, and especially Wells Fargo Bank, to suspend foreclosure activities until such time that state and federal measures are in place to protect homeowners from unfair and unlawful practices. We've had several reports that have come out from community groups and from government ACE and the California Reinvestment Coalition have had a great study looking at the impact of foreclosures in San Francisco. Not only are we losing our property values and our neighborhoods are losing our wealth, we are facing tremendous pressure on families to maintain stress-free living in San Francisco, and we're seeing huge costs to the city and county of San Francisco on the impact of foreclosures in this city. We also have a report from Phil Ting, his office, about banks and findings that show that banks have been willfully negligent or obviously willful to break the law in order to make sure that they can move towards foreclosures on households in this city, in the state of California. We are here to stand up and to say we want financial institutions that are truly accountable, that are going to support our maintenance of our own wealth and our communities and our generations to come. I want to thank my colleagues for their work and their effort. Again, I want to thank all the community groups for your work to move this forward. I look forward to this going before a committee of the Board of Supervisors so we can have a thorough discussion. We can have the support of the Attorney General, our city departments who are also in concurrence with our effort here today. Thank you very much.